Welcome to Sundays Live for a few minutes here. Just came back from a beautiful motorcycle ride, and wow, what a lovely day. So I decided to sit outside in the sun, in the field, kind of basically on my deck here, sharing with you a couple things as to why we're studying this phenomenal book and how the book club is changing many people's lives for the better, because we are living in a time where mental health and people suffering and not getting what they want is such a tough time. So I decided to do this just in the goodness of my heart and might as well share what I know. So if you're out there struggling, working hard, and it's not working, this is probably for you. If you're out there wanting to explore something different, different group of C-suite executives and directors, operations manager, plant manager, whatever. Basically, but you got to be on the professional side because that's how the group is formed. This is for you. And I literally have some information in here, and I'm going to share with you a piece of it as to how we do it that can change your life very quickly. I've tried a lot of things, and this stuff works. If you've seen me before, that's cool. If not, my name is Kamal. I'm an executive, and I help entrepreneurs like yourself, executives, operational leaders, to really start living the life that they want. And that's what I named this talk. And we're going to stay brief because it's a beautiful day and I have a dialed appointment in 30 minutes. So it's pretty cool to do that on the fly. Don't have any notes. I'm just going to share with you a couple pieces of the action. All right. So lately, we've been reading in this book, really phenomenal book by Wallace D. Wallace, The Science of Getting Rich. Now, this is the book that inspired the movie The Secret. The movie The Secret has been watched by a billion people, maybe even more. I mean, that's what I heard years ago. And if you haven't seen it, it talks basically about the law of attraction, law of vibration, and how some people just keep on winning and many people keep on losing. And that's the law of attraction. But before that, there's the law of vibration, which really sets you on to what you really need to be setting on. So I decided to get into that years ago when I needed help. I was in a place where I needed help. I needed mental help. I needed financial help. I needed structural help, routine help. And I was down in the hole, like deep. And somebody was looking at me and say, Kamal, you're in trouble. You need help. And I looked up and I said, yeah, I need help. Had to surrender to that idea and let the ego be on the side. And once that gentleman taught me this information, I changed very quick, and it really changed everything that's coming towards me and through me. And I just love it, and my family loves it. I'm a better person because of it, a better dad, better friend, better boss, better manager. And that's kind of what I do now. I keep doing that and then share with many of you. This is what I have. It works, and it works 100% of the time, not some of the time. It doesn't matter where you are. I've got clients in the Middle East, Africa, US, Canada, Australia. It doesn't matter. The key is you setting yourself on this trajectory of success. And I can help you do that. Like you have to connect these dots. Steve Jobs said you cannot connect the dots forward. You can only do it backwards. So there's a reason why you're watching this, and there's a reason why somehow you tuned into my channel, which is there's now over 100,000 people following. There's 130,000 people listening to some of the material that I put out there. And I am grateful, and I feel a sense of gratitude that I'm able to do that. About 8 months ago, I received a call from somebody that at first I thought it was spam and it was not true. That, but then it was real that this lady saved her life because of what I shared. So that's kind of what got me more committed. So you know what? Yeah, I could share more. So we have this free community now that we've started. Where on a Sunday at 5 p.m., a couple hours from now, we study different books. So I invite you to check it out. And somewhere in here on this frame, either at the top or at the bottom, depending where the clip is being posted, there should be a link where you can see more about it on LinkedIn and see more about of how you can join for free and try it out. And right now, we're still free in this community because we're building it out. We're about maybe 30, 40 people, but eventually it's going to be paid. So the sooner you join, the better off you are. But why should you do that? Like, why, right? Why should you believe that I can help you shift in 30 days? Well, the reason is because many have done it and I have done it. And this is not something I've read, this is something I've done. I know it works. And like I said, I was in a very bad place when I needed this help. And I had to figure it out. I had 5 degrees and I couldn't make it work. And now that I figured it out, it's just so cool that I'm able to share it with you with that easy. So it's a framework that If you plug in and you do what I tell you to do, in 30 days, you'll change, maybe even less. I promise you that. It's guaranteed to work, and it's guaranteed to work 100% of the time if you do the work. Now, if you're not willing to do the work, it ain't gonna happen. So if you're one of those losers that just want to get stuff and not gonna do the work, you're not the kind of people I want to be around, anyways. But if you're serious and committed and you want something that's been tested, proven, and bulletproof, this is for you. And this is the framework. You study the material that I give you, you get the guidance, and you get some accountability. And I gotta tell you, it works. I've got people buying their first homes, buying their first car, buying their first investment property, and you don't need to be living in the fear anymore and the misery. And this doesn't mean you need to change your job. It doesn't mean you need to change your country. No, you are in it. Like, the reason that you're listening to this is because it's in you. You just can't seem to get it out. And so, in a few words, in a few ways to show you how it works, if you look on the screen here beside me, maybe I can make the screen a little different so that it's bigger on the notes. So here we go. Maybe that's better. So you get access to the material. There's 12 audios, 12 videos. You start studying this stuff, and I explain to you what really happens in there, and you get some accountability, and things will start changing. Now, you're not going to believe this. Even now that I'm sharing with you, you won't believe that this is how it works, but this is how it works. This is not about collecting more stuff. This is more about the right stuff. It's more about the right alignment. It's more about the mindset of a warrior, the mindset of a successful man or woman. I'm not going to brag, but you can go and look up on LinkedIn and YouTube all the testimonials that have read this material and studied this work with me. They've changed their life for the better, and you can do the same. Right? So don't be that doubting Thomas. Go out and check it out and do what you got to. But I gotta tell you, it works. It works all the time, not some of the time. All right. So now, so that's how it works. You get access to the material. You start studying it. You do the work. You do what I tell you to do exactly like I'm telling you to do it, and you get some accountability. And guess what? And it's gonna work because it worked for me. It should work for you. Now, when I tested this with one of the world's top mentors in the world, he's passed away now. I was in a bed. I was in a hole. Even though I was making the money, but money was not the game. Money was different. It was not about the money. It was more about the mindset. It's more about how you feel and how you act and how you show up. And he said, Kamal, if you follow what I tell you, if you follow 100% of the time, you will get results. Do you want me to help you? And I said, of course I do, because that's why I was there. But he said, okay, but many people say that and don't really follow. And I only work with successful people. I needed help. I was in a bad. I was in a place where there's scorpions, there's snakes, there's all kind of stuff happening, and my mind just I didn't even want to do what I wanted to do. So I followed him, studied the material, and it just became the material, the product of the product. It's called. So now I have many books published. I have many stages that I've spoken at. I'm hanging out with some people that are really phenomenal. It's really incredible. Like, I don't want to brag, but 3 nights ago I was on a call with small group, maybe it was 10 or 12, and one of them, he's creating $1 billion company. He's already done so many $1 million company. He's now creating $1 billion company with $1 trillion trajectory. It's crazy the big ideas that they have, these people. And so that's kind of the thinking. Now, you might be one of those who are like, okay, but what do we really study? Like, what is it that about this material? Well, it is already available. The material is there. So I'm going to try to share with you something else as to how and why this works. Because I know when I was looking at it, I was also a doubting Thomas. I didn't know, but I had to surrender to it. Okay. So why does this material work? Well, this material works everywhere because it's a science, and it's an exact science. It's like math. 1 plus 1 is 2, and it's written here, and it works all the time. It works everywhere. Once you learn it, once your behavior becomes part of it, and you start obeying these laws, you are going to start succeeding. Now, this movie The Secret explained a little bit of it, but not a lot of it. Most people miss it. So that's what happens when you study some of these lessons that I'm going to share with you. You're going to be applying the laws into your life. Okay, and once you apply it, guess what? You're going to start winning. And you're going to start winning in a big way, not in a small way. I'm talking like $100,000 steps, quantum level steps. Like this is not for the 2-3% raises that everybody expects to get at the end of a year if the company has success. No, we're talking about doing an investment and making $100,000. We have many people in the community that has done it. I personally done it too many times. Now it's your call to get this physical and mental science into you and understand it, because all of us need this wisdom and experience to be injected into us. You don't have this by yourself. You're not going to get this by yourself from YouTube. How do I know that? Because I've tried that. It doesn't really work. You need the energy. You need the energy from somebody that has this technology, that has this body of knowledge. It's not just about reading another book. Anybody can read another book. Any monkey can do that, but you're better than that. You want more, okay? And so you get these laws, you get this information, and you start working at it and applying it, and suddenly you're gonna start getting inspired to get that promotion, inspired to apply for that job, inspired to do a better job on your report, inspired to do a better job on waking up, inspired to do a better job on how you show up. I mean, this is just one page here on the screen that I'm just looking at it and it gives me these ideas. Do you have ideas, right? And the best one that I am helping with now is this one company. I'm helping their group, and I'm just working with the leader, and then he teaches the rest of the group, which is kind of cool. So it works everywhere. I'm gonna try to get to one page, and then we'll sum up with the invitation to use so that you can start experience this magic uh, on your own and with us in the group, because there's nothing like group learning, right? This is where I know this stuff works. Like, look at what it's saying here on the screen, right? Look what it says. The reason I know this works 100% of the time, because nature is so abundant. I mean, look behind me. Like it's so big, so fathom. There's so much. There's so much everywhere. It's just maybe in your side you're blocked and you think there isn't enough. So everything is bountiful if you think it's bountiful. There is no lack. If there's lack in your life, if there's scarcity, it's because you're blocking it, right? Look at here. There can be no lack unless God is contradicting himself and nullify his own works. So there is no lack. Nature is abundant to advance your life. That's why you're on this video right now, because your life is asking to be increased, and somehow it's lining up. Now you have to connect the dots and jump, right? You have to say, oh, I'm going to go to see his seminar. I'm going to get his book. I want to get his audios and videos. That's the thing. You do nothing, you get nothing. You do something, you get something. Now, look at this, the middle page here. You're not kept poor by a shortness in the supply of riches. Because most people think they're poor because there's not enough out there. Well, no, there's a lot out there. There's a lot. There's just maybe not a lot for you because you're not aligning yourself with the laws. And as you study this guidance, I'm telling you, there's 12 audios, 12 videos, and some questions that you get to answer. And guess what? Things are going to change. They're going to change for the better. You'll start acting in a different way. You start acting in a certain way. This great secret is available to all of you. And it's up to you if you want it. Like, it's so good that I think last Sunday we had maybe 26, 27, 28 people on the call listening to it and participating. It's an active mastermind and it's for free. So you just got to start somewhere, and then if you want more, you get access to the real goods, where there's recordings and all that good stuff. All right. So that's it for today, for living the life you want, for getting results in 30 days. I promise you, you start doing what I tell you to do, your life will shift. You start listening to what I'm asking you to do, your life will shift. How do I know that? Because it works for me. It works for hundreds of people. We're doing this little metric on this one survey. 350,000 people are being surveyed that have studied this material. And it showed huge change in their performance and how they show up in their promotion and their titles and what they got out of it. And you can have the same. You can have this today. All you have to do is just message and say, hey, I'd like access to this. How do I get that? Or if you, I mean, there's only, I only work with very, 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 very few people because I don't have a lot of time. I don't want to waste time. Time is the most precious. So If you want that personality, if you want that kind of mindset, if you want that kind of alignment, there's a way for you. And it's not hard and it doesn't take long. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can get that today. All right. There's this website here. I'm sitting out here in the sun, so it's hard for me to see everything on the screen because it's so bright. You can probably see my hair or my head shining, right? But basically, you go to that site, askalrasi.com/, 3 days MC, and you pick the level you want. You can get the access, you can get the full content, or you can just show up to the free class on Sunday. Eventually, it's going to be paid, but for now, the class is free until we reach that capacity limit. So, with that, wish you all the best. I got to go because my appointment is coming up in 15 minutes. Hopefully, this serves your day. If not, it's all right. Somebody you know needs this. So one of the assistant that does my social stuff said, please ask everybody to share the screen, ask everybody to share the video, ask everybody to share. But there's a lot of sharing going on. Like if you go to my LinkedIn profile, it's just incredible now. There's like, I mean, I can't even keep up with it because there's just too much. And I'm glad that she actually does all the work for me. Thank goodness. Grateful to that. Like there's hundreds of requests to connect, there's hundreds of requests to pages to read, and we just crossed the 12,000 connection, and it's growing at 100 to 200 a week. All because what I have works. What I have changes everything. Like I'm telling you, even just getting access to the free stuff. People pay tens of thousands of dollars to get access, and I'm giving it away for free. Why? Willingly give and graciously receive. So I urge you to do that. I urge you to do something good this weekend. Have fun, and maybe we'll see you on the call. So, and if not, be blessed. Share. Thank you very much. Grateful to all of you.